Yo, what up? It's your boy Chad back on another video. Back on Angel Time. I want to first ask if you guys get the like button on the way into the video. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it means everything to me. And if you guys are liking the content, subscribe to the tribe. All right, so let's get up. If you guys are gonna get the title of the video, I named it "Why the Elites Hate Men That Are on Semen Retention." Why the elites hate men that are on semen retention. And we're going to start this word with a famous quote from one of the elites, Mr. John D. Rockefeller. And he says, "I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers." Yes, he was quoted by saying that. And as you guys know, these powers, these elites out there, they already have a plan for your life. And when you're on semen retention, you will go against all their plans and all their agendas and all that. And that is the reason why they hate you. So that's the reason why I want to make this video, man. Why the elites hate men that are on semen retention. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go. And first is independent mindset. And we could go back to the quote I quoted earlier because he said, "I want a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers." So that just goes to show you, man, they already have a plan for your life. As soon as you're born in this world, they already have a plan for your life, man. Especially if you're this color, they definitely already have a plan for your life. Like they want to keep you in the NBA, keep you in the NFL, keep you in this demonic music industry and all that type of stuff because they can control you when you're in them industries. They run those industries, and when you're working for those industries, they can control you because they'll just give you the little scraps. They'll give you the little money, they'll give you the cars, the clothes, and jewelry and all that thing that you may think that you want, but yet you're working for them at the end of the day. But so the whole point I'm trying to make, man, when you're on semen retention and you got that independent mindset, like you're not thinking like the rest of the sheep, like how they're thinking in the world. Like you're not focusing on everything that everybody else is focusing on. You're focusing on more important things in your life. And like I said, these powers don't like that because these powers don't like what they can't control, and they cannot control you when you're on semen retention and you have that independent mindset because you're not thinking like the rest of the sheep in the world is thinking. Like you become a lion in this journey when you're on semen retention. And these powers, they don't like lions, man, because they cannot contain the lion, man. They can contain the sheeps and the weak animals and all that type of stuff, the deers and those people like that, the rabbits and all that type of stuff, but they cannot contain the lion, man. And that's what you become when you're on semen retention, man. You become ferocious, man. You become aggressive. You become dangerous, man. And they don't want dangerous people, man. They don't want dangerous people at all. Like especially, and I'm gonna talk about this later. Like especially when you're waking people up and all that type of stuff, they don't want that, man. Like I said, you do more damage to these people when you have that independent mindset because, like I said, like they can't control you, and these powers hate what they can't control, man. And like I said, when you have that independent mindset, you're not thinking like how everybody else is thinking, like with that sheep mentality, like oh, like I just want to work and then that's it or whatever like that, or I just want to become a basketball player or such and such and such, man. They don't like that, man. When you have that independent mindset or that Marcus Garvey mindset, like I said in the previous video before, when you think about owning your own banks, owning your own real estate, owning your own land, and owning just your own everything and working within yourself, like these powers definitely don't like that. These elites don't like that at all because, like I said, when you don't need them, that's when they hate, man, and that's when they start to do all types of crazy stuff to you, like how they did Marcus Garvey, man. They started to blackball him, they started to cancel him, they started to put shame on his name or whatever like that. And I'm even reading stuff that they may even have deleted him. Like, don't believe any of these none of these diagnoses, or he may have passed away because of that. Like, I don't put it past any of these physicians or anybody, like any of these powers, to delete somebody and say he died of whatever like that. Like, that's just the discernment I get nowadays when I read about these type of people. And like I said, it all starts when you have that independent mindset. Like I said, you're not a worker on, you won't become a worker no more when you're on semen retention. And this is no disrespect to anybody out there that's working a 9 to 5 or working for a living. No, I'm not saying that in that type of disrespect or anything like that. Like, I'm saying with that mentality, that worker's mentality, like if you have to work to provide for yourself and your family and all that type of stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's that workers mentality, like I said in that quote, man. They want you to be workers because they know that you need them, man. Like I said, they'll feed you the little scraps. Yeah. Spend 18 hours out your day, spend 12 hours out your day, spend 8 hours out your day working for my company, and I'll just give you maybe 30% of what you really work, man. And that's how it is in this journey, man. When you really do your research about how much these powers make off of you, off of your 8-hour day, off of your 10-hour day, off of your 12-hour day, like that will make you not even want to work for them no more. Like once you really do your research, and remember, I was a business owner, so I know myself, man. Like I said, you could be working a company for 8 hours, man, like, and you make what is minimum wage nowadays? $15 an hour. Like, yeah, you make 15 hours, you make $15 an hour for that 1 hour. Meanwhile, your boss is making maybe $90 off that 1 hour, man, just because of the hard work that you put in. And like I said, it's just a crazy thing, man. And but to the whole point I'm trying to make, like I said, once you're on semen retention and you leave that sheep mentality, like you leave the herd and you're on your own type of path and all that type of stuff, you're on your own journey, like these powers don't work that, man. They can't control you when you're independent, man. They only can control you when you're part of the sheep and part of the flock, man. And they hate that, man. They hate what they can't control. And that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. Like these powers want total 100% control over you. And if you're a man, like I said, that has that independent mindset, like they hate that. They hate that with a passion, man. Like I said, they hate what they can't control, man. And they'll do anything to try to stop you. They'll do anything to try to silence you or even cancel you, like they did Marcus Garvey and all those other revolutionaries that came out and wanted their own independence and all that type of stuff. They definitely would try to cancel you for that, man. So yeah, man, that is definitely a reason why the powers hate men when they're on semen retention. Independent mindset. And next is they can't profit off of you. And remember when we was all out there fapping and fornicating and chasing women every day and all that type of stuff? Remember how much money we were spending on that, man. Look how much money we were spending on Jordans and clothes and jewelry and cars and even haircuts and shape-ups, man, and even just other stuff, man. Whining and dining girls, man. Like I said, I took plane rides around the cities with girls. I took boat rides around the city with girls. Like I ate at Ruth's Chris. I ate at Noble. I ate at STK and all that stuff just to impress a girl and that type of stuff. But once you hop on semen retention, like all that goes out the window because you're not even focusing on girls like that anymore. Like really, like you're not focusing on them at all, man. You focusing on yourself. Like you get that minimalist type of mindset when you're on semen retention. Like you just live by your means. Like my fact for me myself, like I just buy basic necessities and that it. Like I'll buy my toiletries. Like I'll buy food, and that's really it. Like I don't really buy clothes like that no more. Like I'll buy boxers and just like little stuff, socks and little stuff like that. But as far as like Jordans and all that type of stuff, like I'm not buying that no more. Like I left that type of mindset. Like who am I getting fresh for? Like this all the stuff that I wear now, this is all stuff that I already had. And of course, like it's nothing wrong if you want to buy that type of stuff, but I'm saying like I'm not buying it to impress nobody like I was 2.5 years ago back when I was chasing women and all that type of stuff. Like I used to spend that was everything what it was about back in the day. Like like a haircut, I used to do that just for a woman. Like with these Jordans, these clothes and all that type of stuff, I used to just do that just to impress a woman. But since I'm not impressing women no more, like I don't need no reason to buy that type of stuff no more. And when you're on semen retention, like you really don't want to buy that type of stuff no more because you become more conscious of the stuff that you buy. You start to learn the importance of a dollar and all that type of stuff. Like I said, you're not worried about trying to impress nobody and all that type of stuff. Like that stuff is like it's null and void once you hop on semen retention. But so the whole point I'm trying to make, man, like I said, like when we was all out there fapping and fornicating and all that type of stuff, like look how much money we were spending, man. Look how much and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, man. Like when I used to work and all that type of stuff, when I used to spend 8 hours, like I said, slaving for a company and all that type of stuff, like look how much money of that what I used to spend on chasing women and all that type of stuff. Like look how much money was the government giving me by me working the job, and then the government was getting that money right back. Like and it like look how crazy that sounds, man. Like I said, if you work 8 hours for a company and you make 15 hours an hour, like what is 8 times 15? Like I'm not doing math or whatever like that, but whatever that number is, man. And then like I said, you got a girl that you're chasing around and that Jordans come up to what $200. Like does that even make sense? Like you work 8 hours a day to spend $200 on some sneakers to impress a girl or just to impress somebody else? Like that doesn't even make sense. And like I said, it's just a crazy thing when you put everything all together. And like this goes back to what I was saying earlier, like once you get that independent mindset, like you're not trying to do that no more, like at all. Like I'm not spending my money on no stuff to try to impress no girl or whatever like that, or anything like. And even not only with material things, like look at like I said, whining and dining girls and all that type of stuff. You taking girls out to clubs and all that type of stuff. Do you know how much money these clubs is making? Or for you guys, like, just first of all, to get in, to get in the club costs what, maybe $30 to $50 depending on the club, and then you go spend on alcohol. The alcohol is what, 300% in the club, rather than if you was to just buy it in a regular liquor store, it would cost 300% more than what it would cost in the club. And then, like I said, all that other stuff, the food and all that type of stuff, just for one night experience, man, you spending what? Maybe a G just on a girl or whatever like that, when you could just, like I said, cut that cost in half and just have your own party with yourself or whatever like that. And you're not even, like I said, you're not feeding into their beast, man. You're not feeding into what they want you to do, man. They want you to be out there spending all your money, chasing women and all that type of stuff. Like, and when, like I said, like when you have that independent mindset, you're not doing any of that, man. Like I said, you start to value the important. You start to learn the importance of a dollar. You start to value the things that you buy. And like I said, like they can't profit off you, man. They can't profit off you at all when you're on semen retention, and they hate that, man. Like I said, you become. You're not a consumer no more. You don't consume into their beast, man, which is this system, man, to keep you chasing women and all that type of stuff. You're not consuming in that. And like I said, they hate that. And they hate that they can't profit off you, man. And like I said, the whole point I'm trying to make, man, they cannot profit off you when you're on semen retention, because you're not worried about women at all. Like most of you guys that are on semen retention, like I said, you're not worried about women, man. You're focusing on yourself. You're putting all that money and your time and your money and your resources into yourself. And like I said, when you're not, like, they don't like that because you're not spending it on somebody else. You're keeping it within yourself. And that's why you see, like, this is part of that market crash that they're talking about too, because they're starting to see, like, men are not out there chasing women and all that type of stuff. They're not spending their money on frivolous things. Like, they're keeping the money within themselves. And like I said, they hate that at the end of the day. And like I said, it's just a crazy thing, man. It's a crazy thing, man. When they can't profit off you, these powers hate that, man. So yeah, man, that is definitely why these elites hate you when you're on semen retention, man. They can't profit off you. And next is others will follow. And we all know the worst thing they can do, and it was even a FBI agent quote saying this, man. Like he said, the worst thing that can happen is for my people is to stick together, man. And that is the truth, man. They do not want our people sticking together. They want our people always arguing with each other, beefing and stabbing and shooting and killing and backhanding each other all the time, man. They hate seeing our people together, man. But when you're on semen retention, man, and you have that leadership mentality, people are going to follow you, man. They're going to follow you because they're going to see the success that you're happening in your life. And they're going to want a piece of that, man. And the powers don't want that, man. The powers want to keep us against each other. Like I said earlier, man, these powers want to keep us fighting and stabbing and shooting each other, man. They don't want us together with each other, man. Especially my people. Hell no, they don't want us together with each other, man. They profit off us beefing with each other. They profit off us killing each other and all that type of stuff, and always slandering each other and all that type of stuff. If I was to make a video right now, Mark the Messenger exposed, like, look how much video, I bet you that video would go viral right now. But let me and Mark the Messenger make a video about giving back to the homeless or doing some type of humanitarian services or something like that, man. Them video wouldn't even do good. And like I said, that promotes their beast, man. Their beast wants to keep us against each other and all that type of stuff, man. And it's all really started in the Bible at the end of the day. Like when you read them scriptures, man, after the split of after the death of King Solomon, man, and the split of the northern tribes and the southern tribes, man, they try to keep that same mentality to this day, man. And that's exactly what happens, man. They don't want the children of Israel to get together, man. Like I said, they'd rather us beefing and killing each other and all that type of stuff. And even if you read the book of Judith, man, they plan, like this whole world is to keep us against each other, man, because they know once we're sticking together, and they know once we're starting to follow law, statutes, and commandments and all that type of stuff together, man, there is no power in this world that could come up against us when we're together, man. So that's why they create this world right now, so they can keep us against each other and beefing and all that type of stuff, because they thrive when we're out there beefing and all that type of stuff. They don't thrive when we're together, man. We are mighty fists. We move mountains when we're together, man. You guys get that, man? We move mountains when we're together, man. And they don't like that, man. They don't like that at all, man. Like I said, they profit more for us beefing and killing each other and all that type of stuff, rather than we're being together and all that type of stuff. Like, yeah, it's a crazy thing. But to the whole point I'm trying to make, man, like I said, when you're on this semen retention journey, and this goes back to what I said, I just keep going back to this for a reason, man, because like I said, once you have that independent mindset, you're not following the sheep, man, other people will follow you, or even other people will become leaders within themselves, man. And that's what happens when you're on semen retention, man. Like, I got a lot of brothers out there, man, that are on semen retention, man, and they are leaders within themselves, man. Like I said, they're not following. They used to be what, the third man, the second man, the fourth man of their crew, and now they're leading their whole crew, their own crew. And that's how you become when you're on semen retention, man. You become a leader, man. You're not following like how everybody else is doing, man. If everybody else is over there, I'm over here, man. If everybody else is doing one thing, I'm doing this thing, man. And that's that type of mentality that you get when you're on semen retention, man. Like, we separate the wheats from the tares, man. We separate the wheats from your tare when you're on semen retention, man. And like I said, the whole point I'm trying to make, man, like, they don't want other people's following you, man. They want to, and this goes back to the control thing I was talking about in the beginning, man. When you have a whole army around you of like-minded individuals, you become their biggest threat. Like, it's bad enough that they have one person with that mindset, but if you have a whole army with you with that same type of mindset, thinking the same and all on semen retention and all that type of stuff, that is their biggest fear. They hate that with a passion. Like, in fact, I remember there was a documentary or something, Kobe Bryant, he said something back in the day. He said, like, when he wanted teams to face the Lakers, he wanted to make it seem like you was facing 5 different Kobe Bryants. And that's that mentality that I have, man. Like, every time you come up against me, man, you can do something to me, man, there's gonna be another Chad right there, another Chad right there, another Chad right there, man. And that's how we are on this semen retention journey. Like, yeah, you could do whatever you want to me, but you're gonna have to face enough. You're gonna have to keep doing something to everybody, man. That's the type of mentality that you have when you're on semen retention. And like I said, the whole point I'm trying to make, man, they hate that, man. They hate that with a passion, man. When you're bringing other people into the truth also, man, and you have other people in control over their sexual desires, man, they don't want that, man. And this goes back to what it's all about, man, and that is control, man. They want total control over every aspect of your life as a man. And like I said, when you're on semen retention and you're not that, and you got other people around you, like I said, from the same flock, cut from the same cloth and all that type of stuff, man, they hate that, and they hate that with a passion, man. So that is definitely another reason why the elites hate men when they're on semen retention, man. Others will follow. And lastly is you have God. And as you guys know, when you're on semen retention and you got God in you, like, God is going to start to give you those spiritual downloads, man. You're going to be in direct communication with God. He's going to be revealing all the secrets of the world, man. The things that they try to hide, the things that all these elite and all these powers try to hide from you, God will reveal everything to you, man. And as being a man of God, you're going to go out there and reveal it to the world, man. The people that have ears to hear, you're going to reveal that to them, man. And these powers hate that, man. These powers hate when you do that type of stuff. In fact, men like me get called conspiracy theorists. We get called crazy. We even get thrown into all types of mental institutions and all that type of stuff. We get the shadow bans on our YouTube videos. We get the shadow bans and everything. Any whatever platform you use, man, we get shadow banned. We get called crazy. We get called this and get called that, man. I see street preachers getting out there hit and spit on and all that type of stuff. And it's all for spreading the truth, man. But like I said, man, to the whole point, like I said, like, you get those spiritual downloads from God, and these powers hate that, man. And they, like I said, they call you crazy, and they call you all this type of stuff just because you're out there revealing the truth and trying to help out brothers, man. And they hate that, man. Like I said, these powers know where they're going to at the end of the day, and then they know that they're going to hell, man. But when you're out there waking up brothers and all that type of stuff, getting these brothers out there in control over their sexual desires, and then, like I said, you got them out there following the other laws, statutes, and commandments, and they're getting closer to God also. Like, these powers don't want that, man. Like I said, they want to keep you, they want you to go where they're going, man. Like, Satan's love, they say misery loves company. So like I said, like, Satan knows that he's going to hell, and his whole job in this world, man, is to bring as many souls as he can with him, man. But like I said, when you're out there, you got God in you and all that type of stuff, and you're out there winning over souls for the kingdom, these powers hate that, man. And like I said, they'll do any type of thing, man, try to throw you into a mental institution, man. Like I said, shadow ban your videos and all that type of stuff just because you're waking people up, man. This whole world is against you coming to God, man. And like, in fact, like I said, this whole world is meant for you to fight God and fight Jesus at the end of the day. And even if you read the book of 2nd Esdras, man, like, this is one of the reasons why they moved this from the Bible, because the book of 2nd Esdras tells you how you're going to be fighting Jesus. And you want to know how they program us to fight Jesus? with these alien movies that they made in Hollywood and all that type of stuff. Because the book of Second Esdras tells you that when Jesus comes back, he's going to come back in his round chariots. Round chariots was basically is a UFO at the end of the day. And like I said, they programming us since we were young to fight Jesus, because like I said, they want us to think that when we see the round chariots come, they want you to think that those are aliens. Like, when in fact, that is Jesus Christ and his holy angels when they're coming back in their round chariots. So like I said, man, they program us to, since we were born, man, we've been programmed to be at odds with the Heavenly Father and his son, Jesus Christ. Like, meanwhile, like I said, that's what we need to be in and all that type of stuff. And like I said, that's what happens when you're on semen retention, man. When you're on semen retention for the right reasons, you have God and behind you and all that type of stuff. Like I said, he's giving you those spiritual downloads and he's revealing the truth of this earth, man. All the truths, everything that we've been taught, man, all those textbooks, man, all everything that we've been taught since we've been in kindergarten is a lie. Every single thing, like, it's null and void, man. And like I said, like even it says the knowledge of this world is foolish and all that type of stuff. Like I said, like it is at the end of the day, because once you start to come into the truth and learn the truth things about the earth, about all the secrets that they covered up and all that type of stuff, like I said, I don't believe anything that they say, man. I don't believe anything about nobody. Just the discernment that you get nowadays, I don't believe anything. If you tell me the world is round, man, I don't believe it, man. You tell me the sky is blue, I don't believe it, man. And you tell me anything, man, I don't believe anything that they say, man. Only thing that is making sense, man, the only truth that I believe, man, is in the Bible, man. I don't believe anything that these powers say, man. It is all lies at the end of the day, trying to deceive you at the end of the day. Because like I said, Satan is the master manipulator. Satan is the master deceiver. And like I said, all of this is to lead you to hell, to where he's going to at the end of the day. But to the whole point I'm trying to make, that's that mindset that you get when you're on semen retention. You got God in you, man. Like I said, you're not bowing down to anything, man. You believe the Bible, and that's it, man. That's the only truth. That's the only real truth of the world, man. This Bible. Everything else, like I said, is folly, man, and all that type of stuff. Like nothing else, there's no truth like the Bible in this world nowadays, man. So yeah, man, that is definitely a reason why the elites start to hate you when you're on semen retention, man. You have God. And now let's do a quick wrap up on why the elites hate men when they're on semen retention. And first is the independent mindset. Second is they can't profit off you. Third is others will follow you. And lastly is you have God, man. So that wraps up the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video out to everybody. First, get right to Most High. Then get on Angel Time.